It's been a while since I posted a video here. I've actually been busy helping this guy with his new course. If you by any chance is interested in Final Cut Pro, then you should definitely check out that course. So I've done a video with the layer mixer, but today I will talk a little bit about the parallel mixer and what it does and when I choose to use it. Let's start out with the clip where I have used a parallel mixer. What a parallel mixer basically does is that it's taking the output from this node, making changes here, and mixing the changes together here. If you think about it, it's pretty logical. The changes we do in these three nodes is not affecting each other. If we take a look at the first clip where we have these serial nodes with the same changes, the first node here is taking the output from this node and making changes to it. The second node here is taking the output from this node and making changes to it. And the third node here is taking the output from this node and is making changes to it here. And then it continues on. Just think about it for a second. With the serial nodes, we're making changes to our changes to our changes. But in the second clip, where we have the nodes parallel to each other, we're making changes separately. In this video, I will show you an example where we are changing the color of the bag that the model is carrying. In the description, I will link another video from Darren Mostin. He has a tutorial on when he is using parallel mixer and changing the exposure of the image with a lot of windows stacked together. I recommend you to go check that out. But now I will show you this example. I will activate the first node now, and you can see the color of the bag is changed. I basically used the qualifier and I've used the hue versus hue to change the color. Let's go ahead and activate the second node. I've just changed the exposure with the curves here. And please understand, this is just for example purpose. And then we turn on the third node. I've just created a window and used the qualifier. And then I've just cranked up the contrast. Here you can see how the bag has changed. This is what it looks like before, and this is after. Okay. What I've done in the first clip, I've copied over these changes. Let's go ahead and activate them. First one, yeah, you can see it changes. Second one, it changes. And the third one, it changes. And now we can switch between these two clips. And you can see, even though we have made exactly the same changes, we have a completely different result. So in the first clip, we used serial nodes and all the changes is stacked on each other. The second clip, we are using nodes with a parallel mixer. Each change we have done is done separately. And like you can see, it's a big difference. So what is right and what is wrong? Well, it's up to you and the image. Maybe you want to make changes and stack them on each other, or maybe not. I think of the parallel nodes together with the parallel mixer, I'm preserving the image a bit more. One more example I want to show you, and is shown in the video I was talking about earlier with Darren Mostin, is to show this example with a plain background here. Let's go ahead and create two serial nodes here. So the first node, I will make a window, and then we will drag up the gain to 1.6. There we go. And now you can see the exposure sits right below 768. We take the second node, we create the same window, and we drag the gain down exactly the same. So 0.40. And as you can see, the waveform went from up here to down here. But if we instead use two nodes with a parallel mixer, it will look like this. So we create a window at the first node, we drag it up to 160. There, as you can see, 768 again. And we take the second node, create the same window, and drag the gain down 0.40. There. And we are back to about 0 again. Here's pretty much the best example that shows you what's really going on. The first node is cranking the gain, the second node is dragging down the gain, and the mixer balanced them out. But in the first example, we are getting these changes stacked on top of each other. So I hope this helped you get a better understanding what a parallel mixer does and when to use it.